Welcome to G3, Games, Gadgets, and Guests, a video podcast from 702 Communications. I'm your host, Brian Cromit. I've got a guest episode again here, and in the spirit of this season wrap-up here for 2018 for G3, I've got my producer and friend, Bill Lempe, joining me. Bill,
greetings.
Thanks for joining me again.
Thanks for having me again.
We wanted to, again, rather than talk about a specific gadget or a specific game, we wanted to talk about some of our favorites from the past year.
Why not talk about good stuff we found? Maybe it's not stuff we found per se on the show, but some of these seemed, well,
I think everything that's
there's
on
a couple
my list,
things that we didn't get on the show because that would get weird. They'll know what we mean.
Favorite things are weird?
They'll know. No, it's just like, they'll be like, yeah, thanks for not, they'll be like,
Okay,
comments,
all right,
they'll be like,
fair
thank
enough.
you for not doing a show about that.
No, fair enough. Everything on my list has been on the show, which is convenient
Yes. Well,
for
why don't
me.
you, kick it off.
So let's talk about my favorite things from this last year on the podcast.
It felt very Oprah. Look under your
My
seats
favorite
right now
things.
at home, folks.
You get a HomePod, and you get a HomePod. Everybody gets a HomePod because that is the number one thing.
Right.
Not everybody gets a HomePod.
No,
I'm sorry, that was a
sorry.
lie. Apple HomePod is number one on my list because Apple HomePod is an amazing speaker. I left out smart on purpose because it still, in my house, isn't an amazing smart speaker.
Yeah, it's also, and so since we're doing this, it's number one on my list too.
Okay.
Because it really is. It's a fantastic speaker. It has a lot of good things hooked into it. You're an Amazon Echo guy, right?
Yep, started early.
Your helper is better
Alexa.
than mine.
Yep. And really, it's because I started so early, and because
Sure.
we talked about how Apple waited a long time to come out with their smart speaker, that all of the stuff in my house that I use, you know, my LifeX bulbs and my Sensi thermostat, connected to Echo.
Sure. So
But
what is that list?
HomeKit.
Just so people can. So you've got light bulbs.
I've got light bulbs. I've got a thermostat. I've got the door lock.
Sure.
I've got the doorbell camera, the Canary. Those don't all tie into Alexa. Or the Canary would if I had a show. I don't have an Echo Show because I don't feel like I need more cameras in my house.
No, probably not.
But
Yeah, I use home because I like HomeKit. I didn't get in the game as early as Brian did, but I was waiting for Apple's HomeKit stuff just because I'm kind of all in on that platform.
Yep.
So I have a garage door opener that is connected to HomeKit, so I can control my garage from here. I can see if it opens or closes. I can let people in. The other thing that I really do like is that I have a different thermostat than you. You've talked on a previous episode, 2 episodes, about your Sensi that is a great, and it should totally be in people's list. You've got the other people have caught up.
Again,
but Sensi is worthwhile.
$77.
Yes, totally worthwhile. I'm an Ecobee guy, but it works with HomeKit as well. And then I have a variation of a few lights, and Wemo from Belkin has recently added their mini plugs. Are HomeKit enabled for like $30 or less, somewhere between $20 and $30. They're little outlet plugs with no hub. They have direct stuff. So those things are great. My little Christmas tree's hooked up to that and a couple other lamps in my house. So. But music, man, in the end, isn't it really about the music with the HomePod?
With the HomePod, it absolutely is. If you're not the kind of person who's invested into a real good hi-fi system, right?
Yeah.
That HomePod can be the one music device in your room for sure. If you want to double down and pair up and put them throughout your house.
I've got mine. Mine
fill
sits
your
between
house.
my kitchen and living room, and it's way louder than I share one wall with one other person, and I'm sure there are some days on Saturday if I rock that thing out that they're like, really?
Yeah.
How much Justin Timberlake can you play? But I mean, the thing is amazing, and what I'm finding really amazing about the thing that I'm most amazed by outside of the sound quality is it's in a room, I'm in another room, and I
it
can
still hears you.
in this voice of like, hey Siri, pause. And it just stops. And I don't know how it hears. Oh, sorry.
My watch
we
just
just
heard
activated.
that. Yeah,
sorry, everybody. Alexa, order more toilet paper.
Right. No, it really is a good speaker.
Yes.
It comes with a price tag.
$349.
$349.
Yeah.
It really is good at being a speaker. And if you've waited, like Bill has, to really build your smart home around it, it really does work pretty well
It
as
does.
a smart home hub. Too.
Yeah, it's missing a few features, but I mean, I'm sure we can cover that in the future. So, but
Sure.
I mean, if you really want the best sounding thing, I mean, the next closest one, I know Alexa,
Google
not
Max
Alexa,
is pretty
sorry,
good, too.
the Echo. Alexa's the assistant, not the product. The Echo is making new leaps, and the Google Max has all sorts of great sound too. But most reviews I've read, whether they're when they're agnostic about the platform, do say that the HomePod is the best sounding thing. And you and I both love music.
Yep.
And so I think that's probably why we both said stamp of approval for that
HomePod
at a high price.
HomePod. Okay.
A high price? Did I just say that? Yeah.
Higher. Okay. What's number 2 on your list?
It's free to make up for the $349 thing. Where I in my work environment and
Mr. Willing to pay premium.
Premium going free. The Slack app.
Oh, sure.
I kind of, in some ways, abhor email or too much email and having to sort and look through things. I love Slack, and if you don't know much about it, there's tons of videos out there. But it's kind of in some ways, somehow like chat meets email, right? And it's fantastic.
I was just waiting to see where you're going with that.
I love that. I love what it does. I love that you can add people to a channel or a group, and they can go catch up on whatever they may or may not have missed, which is nice. And you know, it works for company stuff. I use it for some nonprofit things that I work with, and we all talk there. It's just better.
I'm on the Slack. I'm on board with Slack too. We use that at work. And same things you said. I mean,
it replaced Skype for a lot of people.
Skype. Poor Skype.
Yeah, sorry, Microsoft.
What did you do?
Why?
Microsoft Instant Messenger was a good platform.
It really pour one out for Skype.
Sorry, Skype. No, anyway. So no, I agree with you. Slack is a great productivity.
And there are premium plans that cost money. Yeah. But to get started, if you want, it's free. Yeah. And you can use it on the web. There's apps for Windows and Android based and Mac and iOS, and it's everywhere.
So Slack, stamp of approval.
Yes.
Both of us again.
Absolutely.
All right, my number 2 pick for the year has to be the Innova precision cooker, the sous vide. The very first food episode we did here on G3 featured the Innova precision cooker. I had heard about sous vide for a long time. I think pretty much everybody in the studio today now, it has changed their culinary routine.
I think that's fair. Plus, we got to eat 2 steaks.
They were really good.
They were really good.
Again, guys, if you've never looked at sous vide really just makes good cooks better.
Yes.
And so if you've got some time and you want to have a restaurant quality piece of meat, sous vide is the way to go. And the Innova is still reasonably priced. The Wi-Fi version is still $150, but you can get the Bluetooth only version for like $80. Yeah. And there are other brands that you can get into for that sub $100 price point.
Yeah, Jewel is out there. Yep. There's a couple other ones, but I think all in all, they're all pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's not just for meat though.
It's not just for meat, but
I know some people for holiday cooking though. I've heard a few people who they want to prepare and serve as many. It's hard to like organize a kitchen and times things wrap up. They take some of the finished things, put them back into bags, and keep them in a bath at a temperature that's like hot and ready to eat. And so when it comes close to time to serve, they open the bags back up, put them in their serving dishes, and then get them out.
Sure.
So they have like a big bath for like.
Sure. I can get behind that.
I was going to call it a holding pond, but that's kind of gross for food. That would be bad.
No, I'm with you on that. I haven't done that, but I can see where that would work.
I got the
sous vide.
I think I ordered my sous vide while we were filming
I think that's probably
the
true.
show.
As soon as you saw the sizzle, and as soon as you saw that crust and that uniform cooking, no going back.
Nope.
I'm making sous vide
so
tonight.
Good. Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna go on to my number 3 then, since you started number 2. Number 3 that really has changed my smart home is the August smart door lock. That August Lock Pro that we reviewed earlier. That really is a pretty neat piece of home automation where I pull up to my garage now, and as I'm hitting my garage door opener, I'm also getting an alert on my phone that my front door is opening, unlocking for me.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah, your brother made the joke earlier that it's like physical 2-factor authentication.
It totally is.
If you check out the last episode, it can't get more safe than that. That is one of those products though, that I definitely, whether it's the August Smart Lock or I know Kwikset makes one, and Yale and a few other companies, but that one's nice because it works with your existing door lock. If you want, you can just put it right over it. You can also check out our previous episode on that, but But that's the one item I have that I'm kind of jealous of.
I
wish I don't have one yet.
Yeah, and it's nice that you can grant limited entry rights to other people if they have the app. So if you've got guests coming to town, you just shoot them an invitation and they can unlock your door then
with their phone, basically, right?
Yep,
you just got to bring it into proximity.
Yep, exactly right. So that's a good one.
Well, my third one is a little weird. It's a toothbrush.
Really?
And, for a long time, you get the spin brushes and the cheap ones, and then you get into the big high-end Philips Sonicare or whatever all those things are. Well, of course, much with like Warby Parker and all these things, someone's out there is going to figure out how to hack the system a little bit and disrupt things, and that's Burst. Burst
See,
Oral
I'm not
Care.
familiar with this
So if you
technology.
go to Burst Oral Care, they have their own toothbrush.
Okay.
It's pretty high quality, and I actually heard about this from two friends who are dentists. And they were testing it out because they were talking about the quality of a good electric toothbrush with some sort of sonic vibration in it, and how well that actually works for your teeth. And it's just that's a big price point jump. And these right now are $69.99.
Okay.
Versus it's like half the price of like some of the really nice ones in the stores from Philips or somebody. But they also have, of course, a subscription model. So for $6 every time they do it, every 3 months, they just automatically send you a new refill. And so you don't have to be like, how long have I had this thing? You don't have to look at you don't have to wait for
your gums to bleed
the blue to like disappear on the toothbrush like the old days. It just shows up and it says it's time to go. They have these cool kind of charcoal bristle brushes too, so they have some sort of extra magic in them. I don't know what it was, but both my wife and I switched to them, and we both had that whole it was noticeable, better, it squeaks a little. Your teeth squeak. I hope that's
clean?
a good thing. Dentists, let us know in the comments.
Is that a good thing?
Is that bad,
Your
or
teeth
am I
squeak?
need to come see you?
My teeth only squeak if I'm having fresh cheese curds.
Burst Oral Care.
Okay.
There's also Quip is out there if you want to look at another competitor.
Okay. All right. I didn't make fun of you for reviewing a toothbrush because I'm going to add a fourth. I'm going to add a fourth thing. It's the only thing I bought on Black Friday.
Do we have like a bonus round?
Yeah.
Like Starburst we can throw?
Just like when I brought out the travel bar earlier for the win.
Boom.
Here's my unexpected.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it's a cordless Dyson vacuum. I bought the V6 on Black Friday. Look at this beauty. Yeah, I like it. I had heard a lot of good things about these cordless Dysons. I like the fact that you can put a couple different attachments on this and you can use it to clean your car. I love this attachment to clean your hardwood floors. I mean, it's great. Works great on the carpet.
Yes.
And I got this on Woot on Black Friday for $150. So I feel like I am the Black Friday champion.
You win. Yeah, nice, the filter. I can actually vouch for this because I own one of these too. Nice little filter up top.
Yeah.
And the max button on the back.
That really kicks it into high gear.
Really does rock
You think it's clean. We were vacuuming in the studio earlier today, just on the regular, and it picked up a canister full of dirt and fibers and stuff, and then we hit the max, and it picked up more.
Boom.
So, I'm sorry, Scott. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk about how dirty.
We brought our own sand and dirt in and
that's what we
dumped
meant.
it out.
That's what we meant.
And that's what
It was
happened.
pristine in here to start with.
You really can say we've covered lots of things this year.
We really have.
We've covered food, vacuums, now toothbrushes.
And vacuum, yeah.
They're all gadgets.
They're all gadgets and stuff like that. You have to admit that they're maybe not the sexiest things, but vacuum cleaner technology is evolving leaps and bounds too, right?
There's something satisfying.
This is not my mom's Kirby.
Yeah. That guy's like, just let me into the house.
Yeah, exactly. It is something that's worthwhile. And I do love too on that Dyson, on that V6, where it's got a charging station that you just secure to your wall, and when you're done, you just put it up there and charge.
Take it.
So
these are the things
that was
you
my
love.
bonus 4.
These are the things you love. What didn't Santa bring you yet this year?
So it's not, as we've alluded to, it's not necessarily cheap to be lovers of technology.
No, not always.
And so we can't have all of the nice things. I would like you have, I guess I covet your smart garage.
Should we just open my garage from here and we'll just cut to a scene in my garage door?
Apologies to your wife.
I wouldn't do that. No, because then you'd see how messy my garage is.
No, but I have started looking at, there's a couple different devices or a couple different smart devices that can connect to your existing garage door opener to make a traditional garage door opener smart. Yeah. And so that might be something that I'm pulling the trigger on next year, because I really do think that's the next thing. I think my smart home is moving progressively further to the curb. You know, I started really at the heart of it with lights and stuff like that. Now I've gotten to door locks and garage door opener is the next one.
Well,
so
that's, we've talked about security on this show before too, and that's the one thing I like about my smart garage door. I'm not just the whole I can let somebody in, but there's also, I have mine set so that if it crosses a certain hour of the night and the garage is not down yet, it will close the garage. And there are many times in my neighborhood I've seen somebody's garage open. It's late at night. It's getting kind of dark. Over there and just do a little knock on the door. Be like, hey, just want to let you know your garage door's still open. All their lights are off. So I don't blame you for having that one.
No, I like that. I think that's a good idea.
My like out of this world thing is that since Apple came out with the iMac Pro, I just consistently have priced them out, and they're all out of my price range. So I don't know if this will ever happen. I mean, because you can price that thing at like well over $12,000. But it's when you're working. Do
you know how many cars I've owned that have been less than $12,000?
I've had quite a few cars that were less than $12,000. That but it's that if we're talking about things that it's got that space gray.
Yeah, okay.
It's that whole spiel.
We're putting it on our list.
Just put it out there. So if anyone has one,
or if anyone
would
really
love
one
for Brian, one for me, we'll
have us talk about
that
awesome
iMac Pro.
Yeah.
It's the thing's a beast. But if you can't have that, I do think the new Mac Mini, if you max one of those bad boys out, you can have a pretty professional machine going on.
Cool.
What else is on the fancy list?
So what else am I missing? So not too long ago we finally did a review on the Instant Pot.
We're still hungry. We're back to food.
Instant Pot is good.
Yeah.
Sous vide was good. Instant Pot is good. The new Instant Pot does sous vide. You can sous vide in the Instant Pot, Bill. So you remember when we talked about how we don't like to have so many unitasters?
Yes, it's the Alton Brown in us.
So if now I can replace my Instant Pot
with a new
and my sous vide that now
one ring
makes
to
a
rule them all.
Cooker, pressure canner.
Pressure canner?
It does pressure canning
what?
too. First USDA pressure canning device on the market. My wife has actually been holding out for that.
Toothbrush, the vacuum, the pressure canner. I don't know.
We've gone all domestic.
Get ready for 2019.
Yeah.
Up next, Brian and I talk about our new Ray-Ban sewing machine.
Hey, they're nice.
They are.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have one, but there's nothing wrong if you do.
So I do want to think about that. I like the idea. It is nice to have you run out of space in your Lazy Susan or whatever you got in your house to run your gadgets, your kitchen stuff.
But it's $200. And my Instant Pot was way more, 60 or 80 or something like that.
Way more affordable than my iMac Pro.
Way more affordable, but still it's $200 for a fancy crock pot.
It's nice to have dreams you can reach.
Sorry I called it a fancy crock pot, but
it is a fancy crock pot. It's fine.
It's $200.
Okay, so in terms of more affordable, I've got out of the iPad game, in and out of it a few times, where I find tons of use in it and less, and I don't know, man, I'm back. I don't have
the Pro again?
I'm super ready for the Pro. I really like the look of the new pencil. Wait, like the new one?
Not the new one, last year's.
I had that one, and then I sold that.
With the pencil.
Yeah, I
like the pencil.
I really do too.
Maybe they should do a review on the iPad Pro with the pencil.
The new pencil?
Yeah, well.
The new iPad Pro? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next year.
But yeah, I really do want that. I love the fact that they brought back the more squared edges because I've had many iPads. I've like the very first time. I mean, I was the dork in line, like freezing, waiting for one. This is probably one of the only ones I've waited for. But I really think they've nailed it with that one. I think it's really awesome, and I have gone through a couple phases where I tried to travel without an actual laptop, and I've done it pretty successfully. And sometimes it's just when I need to like dongle up.
I can. Yep.
It doesn't work.
I'm with you on that. The iPad Pro that I have traveled without laptop before. I do end up RDPing into my work, PC to complete some tasks, but I can do that. Right?
I used to run an app that would do that back to my iMac, so I could literally run design apps and edit apps. But it was the up down.
We're getting closer.
Was close, but so yeah, that's the one. That one's a little more attainable for me than the iMac Pro.
Yeah, if it's all about. I've really found with those tablets that it's all about really dedicating yourself to working with that piece of equipment, right?
So and you have to work differently.
Yep, you do.
If you expect it to be a laptop,
if you buy a $1,000 iPad Pro and don't change the way you've used a tablet, you're just going to have a $1,000 Kindle, right?
Yeah.
So
I'd say
you
that's
really
fair.
need to commit to changing the way you do things and utilizing the technology differently.
Yes.
But it is a
agree.
great device.
100%.
It is a great device. Last on my wish list for this year, I want another August smart lock. I would really like another one. They're expensive, guys. I mean, as handy as they are,
Sure.
that Smart Lock Pro is another $220. So if I want to put one of those on all my doors, I mean, I don't have that many doors, but at $200 a
Yeah.
pop, that's a lot of locks.
Yeah, you're closing in on $500
Yep.
for door locks.
I have the back door too, so I could have.
Dear Santa,
Yeah.
if
Smart
you
Lock
could,
August Smart
pop
Lock
on down
Pro.
the Cromit chimney with
Yeah.
two smart
Two more.
locks.
Two more would be perfect. I'd be set.
You've been a good boy. Sort of.
That anyone can prove. I agree.
Shares his steak.
Yes.
Shares his pork recipes.
Pulled pork. Yep.
I think that
Favorite cocktails?
qualifies.
Yeah. Okay.
Qualifies.
I like it. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything else?
Those really tie it together. But I mean, I think for me, I can help bring us into this next segment. It's more about the future,
Okay.
like things that you don't know that are coming. I'm with you because I love home automation, and like I really want a set of those Lutron shades that will like go up and down.
Oh, I do want that too.
But the real key to that for me is I think the competition and the movement in the space that Amazon Echo can do, connected home things for Google or whoever, or smart things, and then Apple's HomeKit or whatever. I want all those things to get better and the prices to come down because I really do think that it's nice because it's so nice to create. You can literally say, you can program it to do things. Like I've always wanted to just have a phrase that I say, crash the compound.
Yeah.
And because I'm going to
shuts
bed,
everything
and the
down.
garage
Yeah.
door will automatically shut. The doors in the front will lock.
Yeah.
The outside lights will turn on. The inside lights will turn off. And then, I don't know, some smooth jazz plays while I like waddle / saunter off to my bedroom. You know, maybe some nice dark, cool blue lights come up in my LEDs. But I don't have any of those things, partially because, like you were saying, the prices are still, it's getting more affordable, but it's getting, I want that all to come down.
And I agree. I agree that we have a lot of cool smart home tech, and some of it is coming down in price, but in order to make it come down in price, we're not really evolving leaps and bounds in the functionality and the interconnectivity.
Yes.
You know, like Brent was talking about in an earlier episode about really kind of if then that sort of type functionality. We really need more of that.
Yes.
In the smart home devices to really make your smart home smart.
Yeah, because there's little hacks you can do. You know, I mean, I don't know if some people know this, like because you're a lot of the motion sensors in some of your like thermostats, you can through HomeKit at least you can set that to send you an alert if there's motion. So if you don't own a pet and no one's supposed to be home and you get that alert, now your thermostat is like, you know, low budget home security. And so there's a lot of those little things people can start hooking together. But I just, the overall price of the gadgets and the you know, like you talk about computers and different things and how many dongles you need to have certain Apple products. Come on, Apple. It's the same way for me in the home automation space. Like I love products that the box says works with Echo, works with HomeKit, works with what I love it when they get they're like not what's the opposite of agnostic? Maybe that is agnostic. You know, they work with everything.
You want it to be agnostic.
They acknowledge all platforms. There's parity amongst all things.
Otherwise, in 2019, you know, I guess I'm not really looking forward to anything specific as far as tech. I'm kind of letting the tech wash over me as it comes, as it's
like a true consumer.
As it evolves, as it's announced, I'm gonna pick and choose and review the stuff I love.
Sure.
So, anything else you have that you're really looking forward to?
Two quick things that I think could be really interesting. As a guy who's gotten into a USB-C based laptop, you know, or Thunderbolt 3, have whatever you have going on. I'm ready to move more things this way. I'm really tired of cool products that still have like mini and micro USB, which are just like the crummy, like
I know.
Let me find a way to make this. It's like the little test you give a kid to find out how smart they are, like square peg, round hole stuff.
And we've managed to fail that test every day.
That and I'd really, you know, as we've seen 4K come down in cost, I'm really excited to see what can and hopefully will happen with OLED displays.
My brother would second that,
and Brent would be a big fan of that too. And because I just think it looks so good and it's so fun, and especially as we move to a place where we watch more and more movies at home.
Yeah.
After the fact that we've seen them in the theater, and we just want that experience. I just think displays and sound really help bring that experience into your house.
Yep. Okay, I'm with you on that.
So
I do lag. I
Yeah.
know you and Brent are hoping for OLED, and I'm about ready to pull the trigger on 4K.
Yeah.
But that's me, and that's
you can get there. It's okay. Not everybody has to,
I can't have all the nice things.
Not all the things.
We talked about this.
No.
They're expensive. But so you got some things on your radar for next year. I'm really
2019.
letting things fall as they may.
Do you want to see what happens?
I do. But if you guys out there watching this video have anything that you are really looking forward to, or that you really think that we should be looking at reviewing in upcoming episodes, we'd love to hear that feedback from you. I hope you enjoyed.
Down there in the comments, yeah.
Write it down there in the comments.
Yeah.
We read those. We'll act on those if it's not a $12,000 MacBook Pro.
Yeah, we're not. That's not coming up in a show. Yeah.
Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this departure from the regular format. Hope you enjoyed the conversation we just had with some of the throwbacks to some of the other devices that we've reviewed throughout the year. I think it's been a good year.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of interesting stuff. Kind of an expensive year. I can't guarantee it won't be again next year. But again, like I say, if you like this episode, I hope you tell your friends about it. I hope you like, subscribe, and tune in again, because we're going to have more interesting games, gadgets, and of course, guests. So until next time, thanks, Bill, for joining me.
Thank you.
This is G3. I'm Brian Cromit. Game on.